This is Daron, K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net will start in around 5 minutes.
W0TX repeater.
This is Daron, K1DBC. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute. All stations please stand by. Good evening and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Net for the 1st of November 2023. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general. And thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. This is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie, K1DBC. My name is Daron, Delta Oscar Romeo Oscar November, and I am this evening's net control. We'll be taking your comments, questions, check-ins, and much more. Last few weeks, we've been talking about discussing. There was some problems with our website. We were fixing things just around the last Learning Net. Talked about vertical antennas. There was a discussion on link issues with the 448.625 repeater, PC hookups causing reboots, a key up on reboots, 5 handband sticks, Yagi design, fox hunting, and a whole lot more. Again, I want to thank Jim N0TRP for taking last week's Learning Net. Really do appreciate him stepping in. If anyone is interested, we're always happy to help train you up on it. Process isn't too difficult, and it's like riding a bicycle. Once you do it a few times, you'll kind of get used to the process. So, let us know if anybody's ever interested. And so again, thanks to Jim, and thanks to KS0E Alex for helping take in the Sunday Night Net along with Kevin Schmidt, K0 KPS. So we appreciate everyone who's been able to step in and take net control operations here recently. This net specifically, we meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. You can email us if you'd like, Elmer at w0tx.org. Also over on our website, w0tx.org, you'll find a lot of email addresses and contact information. We're also on most social media at Denver Radio Club. That's to include youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to live stream this net or some of our meetings or view past nets and archive, you can do that right now on your smartphone or smart TV. So youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. If you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that's an additional way to participate in the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All right, all check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. If you're new to the hobby, the suffix is the letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, for the call sign at least, try to use IT phonetics or some sort of a standardization so we can understand your call sign a little bit better, and indicate if you have any traffic questions as you do. Again, you can also follow along w0tx.org/check-in. You can see a spreadsheet of people who have checked into this net and past nets. Hopefully we'll be able to open that up at some time in the future for people to do self-check-ins, but right now it's just for net control use. So w0tx.org/check-in to follow along with that process. So with that, we'll start. If your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions. A through M, please call now.
Whiskey 0 Alpha Whiskey Sierra. This is Albert, no traffic.
Kilo 0 Lima Alpha India K0 LAI Larry in Lakewood.
November 1 Golf Uniform Mike Peter Littleton. This is Kilo Echo 0 Alpha Bravo Ken in Lakewood, no traffic.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo, Alex Bromfield.
Deputy 0 CIV, Deputy 0 CIV, Charles Lynn, Denver, no traffic.
W0TX, repeater.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We'll hold up there for just a moment. Good amount of check-ins there. Net Control would like to welcome and acknowledge the following check-ins. W0AWS Albert, K0LAI Larry, N1GUM Peter, KE0 Alpha Bravo Ken, AF0E Alex, and WD0CIV. Charles, thank you all so much for checking in. All right, once more, if your call suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Bravo Alpha Kilo, David Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Ron and Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. Net Control, welcome knowledge of the following check-ins. KF0BAK David and KF0FPI Ron. Thank you both so much for checking in. We'll go ahead and move down the alphabet here. Actually, just to the second part of the alphabet here. Or, well, we'll open up the whole alphabet. Again, this is the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning Net. Great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics. Everyone is welcome. So we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood.
Alpha Echo 0, Romeo Kilo, Fred in Denver, no traffic. This is Kilo Foxtrot 0, Nevada, Papa Sierra, Paul in Littleton, no traffic.
This is Kilo Foxtrot 0, Oscar Alpha Victor, Chet in Aurora. No traffic.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hold up there for just a moment. Net Control, we'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins. There was a couple calls in there I'll need to follow up on. We had N0TRP, Jim, KE0SUM, Jonathan. There was also a double at the beginning of the net. So if you don't hear your call sign here after I read the next couple, I'll have you call back in. We also then had AE0RK Fred, KF0NPS Paul, and then I thought I heard a KF0 Alpha something called Chet, I believe. First, let's go with if you tried to call in and Chet, I'll get back to you here in a minute, but there was another call in there. If you didn't hear your call sign, go ahead and try again.
Kilo Charlie 0, Uniform November Tango, Micah and Thornton.
All right, KC0UNT, Mike, I got you checked in. Thank you so much. And then there was a Chet. Can you go ahead and confirm your call sign once more? I thought it was a Kilo Foxtrot 0 something. Chet, go right ahead once more.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Oscar Alpha Victor. Check.
All right, I think I got that time. KF0 OAV Chester or Chet. Got you checked in. Looks like you're new checking in here. Maybe a new call sign as well as of just yesterday. So congratulations on the new call or upgraded call. And yeah, glad to hear you in there. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Once more, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Ham Learning, a great place to learn about ham radio, STEM topics in general. We stream and archive these on youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. So you can always participate on that if you'd like, viewing the net on there or check in on there if you'd like. Also, w0tx.org/check-in. You can follow along with who's checked in this net and past nets. So we're taking, again, all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Juliet Whiskey X-Ray. Ben in Lakewood, no traffic.
All right, and that time we had KF0JWX Ben checking in. Thank you so much for checking in there. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I can bring up a few things. We can talk about what we've talked about in the past few weeks here. There's plenty of time here. It's about an hour-long conversation until about 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. We can always make it a shorter net. I don't mind that at all. So getting darker and later in the year here. So really do appreciate everyone's help and support in this club as much as you've been able to throughout this year and past years. We definitely really appreciate having you all here. Honestly, you all are really what makes the club and we continue to have a great conversation weekly, and we really do appreciate that. So with that, again, this is a great place to learn about ham radio STEM topics. My name is Daron. Call sign is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie, the net control operator. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
The question, SUM.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll take check-ins throughout the net, and you're more than happy to jump in if nobody else is talking. But with that, we'll throw it over to Jonathan with a question. KE0SUM, the net is yours. Go ahead.
W0TX repeater.
I should know this, but it's escaping my memory because I don't like winter. Does the Denver Radio Club do a winter field day? KE0SUM, back to net.
This is K1DBC Net Control. No, the club does not, and I don't believe the ARL does either, but there is winterfieldday.org. Some of our members have participated in it. Our club hasn't in the past, or at least in recent years. It takes a lot of effort just to get the summer one going, but I don't know if anybody's interested. You can always participate on your own, or if you want to gather up and kind of operate on behalf of the club, we're more than happy to help you with that if we can. We have plenty of equipment we can help to provide. Winterfieldday.org, but no, nothing officially planned from our club. But yeah, SUM, Jonathan, go right ahead.
Well, I've heard of people doing winter field day, but again, I'm old, cold-blooded, so it's not part of winter field day unless I'm sitting at home making contacts.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear from anyone out there. Yeah, field day, especially during the winter. Our winters are not for the faint of heart. You have to be quite well prepared, and quite honestly, it's a pretty good preparation exercise for real world deployment. So even more probably so than the summers. Though we get some inclement weather during the summers. It takes a lot of patience to get things set up in the cold and continue to operate and keep motivation up and spirits up when it's cold. But if anybody has anything on that, again, field day is a communications exercise. It's held on this one is the winter one, last weekend in January. Let me drop for a moment here. January 27th and 28th upcoming here. Again, winterfieldday.org. Fairly similar principles to the ARL field day. Can be worked from the comfort of your home or in a remote location. You can participate by yourself or get your friends, family, or club involved. Open to participants worldwide. Amateurs may use HF, VHF, UHF bands, free to use any mode that can faithfully transmit required exchange. Similar to ARL Field Day, bonus points are earned in several ways, including using non-commercial power sources, operating from remote locations, satellite contacts, and more. It's sponsored by the Winter Field Day Association. They passionately believe that ham radio operators should practice portable emergency communications in winter environments, as the potential for freezing temperatures, snow, ice, and other hazards present unique operational concerns. It's formatted, Winter Field Day is formatted to help increase your level of preparedness for disasters and improve your operational skills in some subpar conditions. So, very good reiteration there. Winterfieldday.org. I wonder if anybody has any operations they may have done inadvertently during the winter or in this event, or if anybody has any other follow-up on that, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, winter is still another great time to, still do some parks on the air, summits on the air, potentially if those things are still open, and don't let the weather get you down. So if you want to play radio, don't let the weather get in the way. Plenty of opportunities. So appreciate that, Jonathan. KE0SUM. I know. Sarah N4XYX, unfortunately, has left the club here recently, but she's moved on to greener pastures, and she's been a real awesome pleasure to have in the club here. But she participated in Winter Field Day either last year or the year before, and it was definitely an adventure. So it takes a little bit of effort, but there's a bit of payoff in terms of radio and just general preparedness and just weathering through the weather, so to speak. So with that, once more, anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? I don't see anybody else indicated they had any traffic, but anything else for this evening's net so far, please call now.
LAI.
Yeah, K0LAI. Larry, go ahead.
Well, this is an announcement. The 285 Tech Connect Radio Club Tech Fest is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can get in the door at 0800. And they have a number of talks that will be taking place. And I'll be giving a presentation on APRS at 1 o'clock at this Tech Fest. And just wanted to mention that. And it's going to be at the Bridge Church at Bear Creek. Let's see, let me get the address. It's going to be at 3101 South Kipling Street, which is right near Bear Creek High School. And again, the doors open up at 8 in the morning. It's K0LAI, back to net.
Very cool on that. Thank you so much there, Larry, for the Tech 285 Tech Connect Tech Fest here coming up November 4th at the Saturday, November 4th. Yeah, just this coming weekend. So 8 a.m. To 5 p.m. Checking in, but 8 a.m. to 8:45 to check in, but 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. $10 at the door, as you mentioned there, 3101 South Kipling and Bridge Church, Bear Creek in Lakewood. So yeah, really cool to see you in there, and some of our other club members here. See Larry Irons, 1 to 150 APRS. So yeah, really, it's really cool to see that. So let me drop here for a moment. All right, more on their website, NA0TC, November Alpha 0 Tango Charlie.org. You can look up the Tech Fest, and you'll see just right on their webpage there the schedule and talks. K0RPS Jim is going to be giving a talk on TechFest Welcome, K0EHR Mark, and KC5YCO Corey, 3D Pinching for Amateur Radio, N0COB Rob, ARL Clean Signal Initiative, N0COT Jim Moravec, Amateur Radio, and Starhaven Observatory. Lunch at 12 again, and then 11 at 1 p.m. Larry Irons, K0LAI for APRS, and then last one track there is WB0GAZ Dave Feldman on the Nano VNA. So yeah, looks like that should be a pretty cool event there. All right, door, coffee, donuts, and other refreshments will be available. So yeah, check out another club in the area, the 285 Tech Connect Club. They've been around for quite a while, and I wouldn't say sleepy, but they've it's been they've done some things, but it's a little hidden here and there. But yeah, really cool to see that. All right, buried the lead a little bit there, but no, just the Tech 85, the Tech Fest produces an annual. The 285 Tech Connect Radio Club produces an annual Tech Fest in November. It has 5 hours of presentations, as we just discussed, on technical topics, plus a demo corner where club members show off some of their operating technology. So look forward to that as well. So yeah, thanks, Larry, and yeah, really, I might try to attend that. So cool stuff.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is Daron, K1DBC Net Control.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead with the comment.
This is Micah, KC0UNT. I just wanted to say thanks, Daron, for taking the net, and I watch on YouTube, and I am absolutely fascinated by your spreadsheet. I don't play that much with Excel or the KIN, but the API calls that you get off of QRZ are pretty awesome.
Hey, Micah, awesome. Glad to hear you in there. I really appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, and it's actually using this website called calllook.info, which makes the API call really easy. You should be able to download this spreadsheet or hopefully make a copy of it. I'll make sure anybody should be able to do that so you can kind of see behind the scenes. But calllook.info, free service put on by a ham, W1JDD, and basically I can just put in a person's call sign into one column, and then it automatically from that grabs everything that's needed, and then I hide what's not necessarily needed, and then show the things that are. So yeah, it makes net control operations, check-ins, and just taking calls, things like that, much easier. So yeah, I do appreciate that. Yeah, let me know if you can't download it or anything. And yeah, it's using a combination of calllook.info as well as a Google Sheet API connector add-on, which allows that. So it's really nice and smooth. So yeah, I really do appreciate that. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Again, a reminder of what Micah brought up there. Really do appreciate that, KC0UNT. W0TX.org/check-in, all one word, will take you to a Google Sheet spreadsheet. And as net control operators, we put in a call sign, and it automatically fills in everything for us to include names, call signs, cities, issued, change, dates expired, and things like that, and times of check-in, and then you can see a archive of previous nets as well. So makes it much easier to check people in. And the FCC ULS has an official API, but it is not as easy as this guy, Josh, W1JDD at calllook.info. Really awesome. I've tried to hide it a little bit, but I've donated to him because it is a free service, and it makes doing this kind of thing really, really easy. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'm struggling to remember the one that I saw on. I got inspiration basically from it's like Club Logger or NetLogger or something like that. It's a program you have to download, and it's fairly similar concept, but this is kind of a more streamlined version of it, and hopefully one day we can get people doing self-check-ins. But if anybody's ever interested, again, in taking net control, this is out there for you. And if you want to use this for your club or your own personal use, you can download a copy and use it freely, separately. So this is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else at the moment? Comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
Question, SUM for LAI.
Yeah, SUM for LAI. Go right ahead.
Larry, what's your favorite way to use APRS?
This is K0LAI. I'm going to have to break off here pretty quick. I have a Zoom meeting. I like to use it in the vehicle all the time to beacon. And I also like to use it for events. And my Zoom call is just going to start. I'm going to have to break off. But I like to use it for events so we can keep track of where people are and also to message each other. And with that, I'm going to say 7-3. This is K0LAI, and I'll be out.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Really appreciate that, Larry. APRS.fi is a pretty cool website to check in. You can kind of track anybody who's beaconing. As he mentioned there, you can track himself. You can put in a call sign and find where he last beaconed, and other call signs as well. APRS.fi, including amateur radio operators, tracking them, as well as weather stations. Pretty cool on that. So I think some weather beaconing is also done via APRS. So yeah, as Larry mentioned there, via in your personal vehicle, just for your own tracking purposes, or during events, it sounds like as well. I know he's supported some bicycling events, and it's really helpful for that. So yeah, I'll throw it out to anyone else. APRS usage, anyone else on that? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1DBC. All right, just to define what that stands for, Alpha Papa Romeo Sierra Automatic Packet Reporting System is an amateur radio-based system for real-time digital communications of information immediate to value. It's basically GPS coordinates, essentially, is what it comes down to. Transmitting GPS coordinates as well as some other information, as like we've talked about, maybe weather information or other information via a radio packet, AX25. You'll know it as also as well, AX25 frames. It kind of goes back into some of the networking protocols of the internet, things like that. But let me see here. Yeah, APRS.fi. You can kind of go ahead and track people in there if they put their or if they have their trackers live, you'll see them in there and things like that. So anyone else, go right ahead.
Good evening. The time is 8 p.m.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Didn't hear the ident on that one. That was kind of strange. But 8 p.m. To our repeater here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. I guess we'll just take a break here for a moment to take further check-ins. Or if you're just tuning in, this is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for November 1st, 2023. Great place to talk about ham radio and STEM topics. And if you've been listening in, we've been talking about all sorts of things here. APRS, our website a little bit, checking in, things like that. So, but yeah, we'll take all call signs, all call suffixes. Let us know if you have any call traffic or questions. As you do, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Please check in now.
This is John, K0DIQ.
Kilo Zero Golf, Papa Alpha, Bob in Lakewood.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control.
W0TX repeater.
I'd like to welcome knowledge of the following check-ins: K0DIQ John and K0GPA Bob. Thank you both so much for checking in. Anyone else at the moment? We have another 30 minutes. We're taking all call signs, all call suffixes for the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. Just for the counter, if any have traffic or questions, please call now.
There's nobody gonna check in. Yeah, this is John, K0DIQ. I got a want here. Somebody wants to help me. I got a long wire I want to put outside for an antenna. I got a couple of real nice trees out here, and I need some help. I fell down, broke my hip about a couple months ago. I'm still recovering from that. So if anybody wants to help me put up a long wire antenna for me, I will compensate them very well. You can call me. If you want my number, I'll give it on the next go around.
All right, K0DIQ John. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get better here soon. But yeah, I'm sure there's hopefully someone willing to help with that, getting a long wire antenna set up in a tall tree. So yeah, if you want to pass along your phone number, we're more than happy to pass that to the group. Go right ahead.
Okay, Jerome. It's 720-891-0488. Once again, 720-891-0488. And I'll be listening out.
All right, sounds good there, John, K0DIQ. Got that recorded down, 720-891-0488. If anybody's listening and would like to help out, sounds like there might be a little bit of compensation, a beer or so, or whatever it may be. But, if you want to help out, it would be a great opportunity for anyone probably just to learn themselves potentially. So if you want to help out, set up a long wire antenna in a tall tree, I'm sure John there can direct you to what needs to happen, and yeah, hopefully you guys can make things happen. So yeah, we'll pass it along. We'll try to pass it along hopefully during our Sunday night as well. See if anybody is interested in there. But yeah, if anybody's interested, get a hold of John there. Again, 720-891-0488.
Thanks, Jerome.
Of course, not a problem. Yeah, that shouldn't hinder your ability to try to get on the air. So yeah, I do appreciate you still trying to persevere. And yeah, again, hopefully hopefully for the best, and health looks up better down the future. But yeah, this is K1DBC Net Control. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins so far for this evening's net? We have another 30 minutes. Please call now.
This is Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra. I was just wondering if anyone has had any luck communicating with the Netherlands with just a long wire antenna, because that's where my relatives are, and I was thinking that it would be kind of cool if I could talk to my cousin, who is also an amateur radio operator. Over.
All right, Albert W0AWS, great question there. Trying to reach the Netherlands over long wire HF, potentially over maybe voice or digital. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into reception or propagation to that. Anyone have any experience from here to the Netherlands? Go right ahead.
K0 GPA.
K0 GPA, Bob, go right ahead.
Okay, yeah, 10 meters in the morning has been really good into Europe. There's Ireland, bunch of Spain. I think I got 2 of them the other day, and but I've been using a beam, but that's probably your best bet right now. It's 10 meters because it's really going good. But I heard people on there using QRP too, and they seem to work pretty good with just wire antennas. K0 GPA.
Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra, K0 GPA. Thanks for the information in 10 meters. Do you think that those people use digital mode, or what type of modulation are you be able to receive?
I forgot. Yeah, it's sideband, mostly sideband in the mornings. And also there's a FM up above 620. There's a repeater on that on FM that comes in real good. It's in New York. But yeah, there's a bunch of digital. I was on CW this morning a little bit, and I was getting Portugal, that's what it was, and a couple other ones. But yeah, I see FT8 signals down there when I'm on CW, so I know they use that too.
Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra, K0 GPA. Thank you very much for the information. I will wake up early and start tuning in to 10 meters. I've been hanging out on 20, so that's very good information. Thank you. Over.
Okay. I can't grab the mic here. Yeah, usually start around 28,400 and then go up and down from there. That's where most of the sideband stuff is. And I think FT8, if you use that, I don't use it, but that's around 28073 or something, somewhere in there. But yeah, usually 28,400 plus or minus. And you usually hear signals all the time. K0 GPA.
Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra here. Excellent information. There's also, I have heard people say that there are certain, quote, watering holes for FT8. Is that some mysterious secret place, or does anyone know what that would mean? Over.
K1DBC net control. Potentially, it might be the old, looking at a groups.io post for WSJTX, the old JT65/JT9 watering holes, 7.076 through 080 and 14.076 to 14.080. So potentially the old JT65. I'm not too sure. That was just some random thing. Yeah, but I'm not too sure on that. Go right ahead.
Whiskey Zero, Alpha Whiskey Zero. Here, I will take a look. So thank you very much. Over.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Yeah, great question there. Yeah, let us know. Get some practice out there. See if you can get some reception out there on 10 meters early on in the morning potentially. So yeah, really cool stuff there. W0 AWS Albert, and again, thanks as well, Bob GPA for following up on there.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I'll throw it out to the group. We have another 20 minutes or so. Some things I can bring up. We were talking about Winter Field Day coming up January. Hopefully I didn't close it here. January, last weeks of January, I believe. Opportunities on that. Club's not going to officially participate, but you can always participate in that January 7th, 28th. 285 Tech Connect Fest coming up here this weekend. K0LAI is going to be giving a talk there on APRS. And we were kind of talking about some of the usages of APRS a little bit, and then more recently we were just talking about reaching Netherlands from this area. So, anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now.
Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, Ken. Kilo Echo Zero Alpha Bravo. Go right ahead.
Yeah, Albert, what's the distance between Westminster and the Netherlands by the way the crow flies? Do you know?
Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra. It's 7,400 miles about as the crow flies. Over.
Okay. I thought you were talking about the Netherlands in Colorado. Sorry, my mistake. 10 meters would be a good one to try, most definitely. Yeah, like Bob says, 10 meters has been really, really hot all over the world. So anyway, with that, this is Kilo Echo Zero Alpha Bravo, and back to net.
Whiskey Zero Alpha Whiskey Sierra. I got it wrong. It's 4,807 miles. So it's quite a bit further than the Netherlands up in the mountains. Back to net.
All right, this is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie K1 DBC Net Control. Good question there. To Netherlands. Around 4,000 miles from the Denver metro area here. So not Netherlands, Colorado, but sounds like a 10 meter should help there. So good question for all up there. Anyone else? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I can bring up a couple things here, and we can maybe discuss anything we've brought up in the past, or if anybody has anything, let us know. Again, I want to appreciate everyone's checking in always. But thanks again, Chet KF0OAV for checking in here. if you want to follow up on anything, welcome to the hobby. Let us know if you ever have any comments or questions. But if you want to follow up and let us know how you got licensed or anything, or any of your purpose or anything you want to talk about, go right ahead. Chet, KF0 OAV, the net is yours. Go right ahead.
KF0 OAV. Yeah, I was interested in ham radio, mostly for emergency communication. I actually had a technician 30 years ago, and I never used it. And it was I used to take a radio along with me when I was up using the Jeep. And so I just started studying for my general license. I hope to test for that in a couple weeks, and hopefully I'll know a lot more to ask questions at that time. So I just want to say hello to everyone, and it's good to know that my radio is working. I'm going to have a better radio ride tomorrow. This is a UV5R, and tomorrow I'll receive an Ocean, the UV9PX. So that's it. Over.
All right, sounds good there, Chet. Yeah, I do appreciate. Yeah, it sounds like you're calling in from a handheld, but yep, you're making the repeater just fine. Yeah, so thanks for welcoming back into the fold here, and emergency preparedness. A lot of that within the Colorado area, and especially during the winter region or winter times, and we have a Colorado 4x4 rescue group that helps rescue people, and there's a lot of different Aries groups, so there's a lot of emergency preparedness and communications, and a lot of need and help for that. So yeah, you're coming in just loud and clear. But it sounds like you'll have a UV9PX coming in here soon. So another HT, but it sounds like it might be a little bit better there. So great to hear that. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. But welcome back in, and we have this net 7:30 every Wednesday except the third Wednesday, and plenty of stuff online. So yeah, appreciate checking in here. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 15 minutes. Any other comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's net? Please call now. All right, again, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club, w0tx.org/check-in to follow along with the check-ins. So if you ever missed a net, you can go on to our YouTube, and we had a pretty cool recent meeting as well about space weather and how it relates to ham radio. So that was put on by, Rob Steenberg, AD0IU. He works at the National Weather Space Services Space Weather Prediction Center in Boulder. He entered the space weather field over 15 years and 20 years Air Force meteorologist. So he gave a really cool talk on how the solar cycle is going to be impacting ham radio, and we had a pretty good two-way conversation, a lot of good questions, and he did provide some follow-up. Let me see if I can find that here real quick. Via email. I'm trying to get it now. As promised, he would let us know. Continually updated solar cycle prediction would be available for public consumption. So he has provided us the link. It's quite a long link here. I'll put it into the Google spreadsheet as well as the YouTube chat here. But it's the solar cycle progression updated prediction experimental provided by NOAA.gov, and this can help understand how space weather will be affecting going through looks like 2032 here for solar cycle 25. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, I put the link. I am not a person to really opine really about what I'm looking at here. So check that out. It's the Solar Cycle Progression Updated Prediction Experimental. If you just Google that, that seems to be the first link. It goes to testbed.swpc.noaa.gov, but the Solar Cycle Progression Updated Prediction Experimental, so you can see that as well.
W0TX repeater.
I would highly suggest go and watch his video because he did give a pretty good presentation and really showed how everything kind of relates back to ham radio and how these solar cycles help to predict propagation. And again, pretty good two-way conversation. I think it was maybe Albert there, who had asked some pretty good questions there. But Solar Cycle and Radio by Rob Steenberg, AD0IU from October 18th. Again, over on our website, our youtube.com/Denver Radio Club.
So the question is, Jerome, is we get solar flares, our propagation goes down. With less solar flares, it goes up. KE0SUM.
This is K1 DBC Net Control. Through osmosis, I should hopefully have been able to answer that question, but I just happened to look at one of the last slides here. They had put, I'll just read it verbatim. Solar flux indicating level of ionization. Solar flux does not affect, let me see if this is even, the K index indicating, gosh, you put it really succinctly there, and I can't even say that. But if anybody has any follow-up on that to kind of quantify that or confirm that, go right ahead.
Bravo.
All right, I think solar flares negatively affect it, but Alpha Bravo, go right ahead.
Well, from what I understand, the more solar flux index, the higher it is, and the higher the sunspots are, the more better the propagation is. And that's kind of how I read it. I've read it over the years anyway. This is Kilo Echo Zero Alpha Bravo, back to net.
But also, when we have really large solar flares, don't we bands blank out sometimes for a day or two? I think that happened just a while ago.
That also happens. This is Kilo Echo Zero Alpha Bravo. There are blackouts for sure.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I guess I'll just take a minute to read these hints here from his presentation. Hints from Paul Harden, NA5N. The QRP propagation hint. The most important thing to remember about solar flare is HF effects are generally only for the duration of the flare and seldom affect frequencies. Still trying to figure out if it's good or bad. Good DX contacts are possible immediately following a solar flare until sundown due to the improved reflectivity and the higher maximum usable frequencies. If you're in a QSO and a major flare causes an HF blackout, it seldom lasts more than an hour. If you're working a contest, it could be useful to take a break. Our magnetic field gets very quiet following a strong geomagnetic storm for 12 to 24 hours. It's an excellent time to work 40 to 160 meters due to very low noise levels. So that last one was kind of interesting. Our magnetic field gets very quiet following a strong geomagnetic storm for 12 to 24 hours, and that's a good time to work 40 to 160 meters due to low noise levels. So a couple hints there. couple more things here. This is K1 DBC Net Control. Last few thoughts from Paul Harden here. Solar flux indicating the level of ionization affects HF propagation above around 10 megahertz. It does not affect 40 meter and below, since the MUF seldom drops below 10 megahertz. This is why the lower bands are always open. The K index, indicating the geomagnetic condition, indicates HF noises primarily below around 10 megahertz, except in severe cases. During a storm, high noise levels on 40 meter doesn't mean noise on 20 meter. 30 meter is a ham band caught between two worlds. It can be affected by both solar flux and the K index. Second to last here, every solar flare and the resultant storm is different. No two are alike. And never let reports of flares or geomagnetic storms scare you from getting on the air and checking it out. So, very cool information there. And go check that out if you hadn't. So, yeah, good question there. Jonathan, anyone else on that? Or Jonathan, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 5 or so minutes here. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins for this evening's net? Please call now.
This is Alpha Bravo.
Yeah, Ken, Alpha Bravo, go right ahead.
You're kind of up on this stuff, Daron. Are they going to keep that rocket laying down horizontally? Are they going to stand that up vertically? Do you know? Over there in Littleton, I seen on the news tonight that they were delivering it over there.
Alpha Bravo, Ken, great transition there. I do appreciate that. Yeah, recently, you see, I'm trying to find the other one here, but recently a SpaceX rocket was escorted through Colorado, through our Denver roads over the weekend here, and to the Dish site in Littleton, Santa Fe, and whatever that is, Santa Fe and West Bowles. As mentioned, their SpaceX Falcon 9 booster. It's 146 feet tall. It's going to be on display on its side diagonally at their campus there. So that is starting to get in place there. So you might be able to start to see that over the weekend here. So if you guys want, or if anybody wants, go ahead and check that out. That's along the I forget which. Mary Carter Greenway and Little Creek's Trail Creek. You can check that out. So again, around Santa Fe and West Bowles, it's around the Mary Carter Greenway and Little's Creek Trail. You'll be able to see a Falcon 9 booster rocket. Let me drop here for a moment. All right, it's the third rocket. Third such display in the U.S. and is intended to draw visitors, according to South Suburban Parks and Rec. The majority of the project is being funded by a $2.4 million grant from the Telluride Foundation, and it will be just a really cool, pretty cool thing. We have, again, as we've talked about, a lot of aerospace engineering within the state here, and we just don't get to see that. So check that out.
Darn, I was hoping they would stand that up. Wouldn't that be that'd be something to see there if that was standing vertical. Anyway, thanks, Daron. This is Kilo Echo Zero Alpha Bravo, and back to net.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a sight to see standing vertically. Absolutely, as a kind of a diagonal piece here. It doesn't have as much of effect, but just seeing some of the cranes and seeing some of the things, maybe just getting up close to it might give some perspective of how large these rockets are. So 146 feet tall. So it may have been more difficult with high winds and whatnot, but very cool stuff there. All right, this is Daron, K1DBC. Similar to that, again, we in Colorado are very much ingrained with a lot of engineering disciplines, as mentioned there, aeronautical engineering. So this is an article separately here, world's first commercial space plane soon headed from Colorado to Ohio. From Louisville, after years in the making, the world's first commercial space plane, Dream Chaser, will soon be shipped from Louisville to a NASA facility in Ohio. Let me see. Its first spacecraft design featured to feature folded wings that won't open until the plane is in space. Each flight will be unmanned with the goal of delivering cargo to the International Space Station. There are at least 7 planned missions to and from the International Space Station. We'll walk over here from Cargo 2 module, a little bit more in the article here, but moving away from rockets to single-stage space planes that can take off from the ground and make their way all the way into space, where it used to take several rocket boosters and several stages to get there. So, we'll see down the line, 10, 15 years, hopefully some more progression with space planes. So pretty cool stuff there. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Very quickly, while we are on space, I would highly recommend, if you're interested in video gaming, to get a game called Kerbal Space Program. It is honestly probably one of the best simulations for aerospace engineering and launching rockets from the planet and testing different types of launch vehicles that you would see in the real world. And so it's really cool. It's been around for 10 plus years now. It has a second edition, I think, coming out here, or it has already come out. So this is K1DBC again, Kerbal Space Program. Really, if you're interested in space engineering and understanding how things work, it's a pretty cool opportunity. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. I may have one or two more things, but we're just over the end of the net here. Anyone else? Any other comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
FPI.
Yeah, KF0 FPI. Ron, go right ahead.
Yeah, I got a question for the net. For everybody that's listening tonight, specifically Jim at TRP and John as an SUM, if they can do 6-meter USB, and anybody else. It was just a question out if you guys frequent that or not. TRP.
Six-meter operations on upper sideband, I think you mentioned there. N0 TRP, go right ahead.
This N0 TRP. Yeah, Ron, I am not able to do that. The radio will, but I do not have an antenna set up to do that yet. We'd like to get one of these days, and I can let you know when that happens. N0 TRP, back to net.
I'll chime in and say I I can listen, but I don't have an antenna to do that. Plus, we're so local. We're looking at NBIS KE0 SUM.
GPA.
All right, appreciate the follow-up there, TRP and SUM. I think we also have a 6-meter repeater as well with, I think, a net every Sunday. But, FPI, go right ahead.
Yeah, someone came in there on you, Jerome. I just, me and Ken at Alpha Bravo, the last week or two, we've been rag chewing big time on 6-meter USB, and it would be kind of cool if other club members could join in. Ken's teaching me a lot because I'm kind of a newbie, and we're having a lot of fun there. I was just inviting the club to maybe join in. We usually monitor the repeater, and then we switch over to an FM or an SSB 6-meter, and it's crystal clear and sounds great. I just was kind of offering the invite up to the club. This is KF0FPI.
So, how long of an antenna do you use for 6 meters? KE0SUM.
Now, I'm not sure on the length, so it'd be like 18 feet, and I'm running 2 ham stick dipole on an angle iron bracket that I kind of got the plan for. It's a homebrew 6-meter ham stick dipole that I just built, and I popped it up in the air before the storm hit on Friday. Plus, I have other 6-meter antennas. I have my hex beam. It works super well, and I got a little mag mount 6-meter on my gutters. All 3 of those work. Yes, me and Alpha Bravo are very close, but I hit the repeater, and I guarantee you, I would love my TRP down the hill, and you, Jonathan. I was just offering up what me and Ken have been doing.
GPA.
All right, this is K1 DVC Net Control. All right, very quickly, our 6-meter repeater is on 53.090 receive and 52090 for transmit, which equals a negative 100 megahertz offset and a 107.2 transmit tone. And then it sounds like they move off of that to a upper sideband. But yeah, it's great. Thanks for the invitation there. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would definitely appreciate that. GPA, Bob, go right ahead.
K0 GPA. Yeah, I run 6 meters. Been listening to it this morning when I was on 10 meters, but haven't heard any openings on it when I've been on 50.125 upper sidebands where I usually listen. And I used to get into the repeater in the mornings on Sunday morning. We have a net. They have a net at 10 o'clock. Yeah, on the repeater, 50, what is that? 53, you just said it, Jerome. 53.09. I think that's it, what you said. Anyway, yeah, I haven't heard anybody on sideband, and I got to fix, there's a I've been going to do a J-pole, a ladder line J-pole, and there's a website that has it, and I don't have my computer up right now, but been going to build that and put that up for vertical, a K0 GPA.
FPI.
All right, thanks for the follow-up GPA. Yeah, FPI, go right ahead.
No, I thought I would just, Ken and I have had some lengthy rag chews, and just exchanging information. Me and him went to high school together, and we're just kind of learning what we were doing in the hood in the 70s, and he'd been in this since the 90s. I've only been in it for 2.5 years, and he always invites other hammers in if anybody's listening to chime in. We're just trying to be friendly hammers and talk to everybody. That's why I was asking the frequency. And if any of you guys ever want to do that, we usually hitch up on the repeater and we'll QSY to another frequency. And that was it for me. This is KF0FPI.
GPA. Yeah, I've heard you and Ken on the scanner, but I didn't. When I heard you, I've been in a garage. I don't have my antenna up in a garage, so I'll try to get mine up. Next time I'll get on 6 meters with you. K0 GPA.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control.
Thought you might chime in, because he's hit you a few times on Frink. We're just trying to make a nice little chat group. Every once in a while, not be a nightly thing or anything like that, but just being friendly local hams.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I think I stepped on you just at the beginning of that, Ron. But yeah, thank you so much, you both, and anyone, for putting out that olive branch, letting people know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's always people out there, and there's plenty of, whether it be repeaters or non-repeater usage, a lot of people listening in and willing to help out and, explore the world of ham radio and the different bands there. So yeah, really cool stuff there. Appreciate that. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I think we might start to wrap things up here. Again, thanks to everyone who could participate in our club here. I'll play a quick video after the net here, but again, youtube.com/Denver Radio Club. Check out our website, w0tx.org, for more information on our club. A lot of things on social media, Discord. Check that out. So if you've enjoyed what we've discussed here, there's another friendly community out there, just another chat room for the club itself, talking about ham radio. We also had a recent newsletter come out, so that should be on our front page here shortly, and you can find more information on upcoming dinners and meetings and presentations on there. So I'll throw it out to the group. This will be the last call. Any final last-minute comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, November, Zulu Golf. This is Jason.
KF0NZG. Jason, thank you so much for checking in from Wiggins. Looks like a recent ham radio operator as well, so thanks so much for checking in. It's just towards the end of the net, but if you have anything you'd like to bring up, let us know. But again, thanks for checking in here.
I appreciate it. No, I was just checking in. This is my second official try on this radio. Using an older IC288H and just learning to get out here.
All right. Thanks so much again for checking in on that ICOM IC288H. Sounded just fine there. So, yeah, just towards the end of the net here. But, yeah, feel free to check us out again next week, 7:30 p.m. Once more, last-minute check-ins just for the counter. If you have any last-minute comments or questions, please call now. Okay, with that, this is K1DBC, Kilo 1, Delta Bravo Charlie, net control. Again, thanks everyone for checking in here. Again, I reiterated it quite a few times, but youtube.com/Denver Radio Club, our website, w0tx.org. Tonight we had a total of 19 check-ins. Really do appreciate that as it's getting towards the end of the year. Yeah, it's crazy how time has flown, but we appreciate, again, everyone's help who can check into these nets and help us with our club and these nets. So, again, thanks to the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters. Join us on the third Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. for an Elmers session, very similar to this, Learning Net, and then 7 p.m. for the meeting. Again, w0tx.org. Please join us next week for the next Learning Net, 7:30 p.m. With that, this is K1DBC 73. I will be clear. All right, everyone. Again, thanks for watching here on YouTube. Pretty cool short vignettes from Jim Jarmusch, Coffee and Cigarettes. This is Jack White and Meg White talking about Tesla. So we'll take this out for the just a few minutes here. So everyone, we'll talk to you all next week.